It's happening everywhere. Grown men targeting teens online for sex, and nobody's doing anything about it. Welcome to Give Me a Break. This afternoon we're going to be covering on how to protect your kids from the internet as well as sexual predators, because there's danger out there even on the internet. I mean, with the click of a mouse, your child can go visit a grown man on the age of a grown man who was like 40-something years old, and then with no parents home alone, then this is what happens. I mean, we need to tell our children that there is danger out there. That there is danger out there no matter what. You can talk to your kids. Most people I see just like talk to their kids and punish them. They won't. No, you can't do that. You need to tell your children that these bad guys are out there. They won't be punished. And together you guys can work it out as a team. So what I've done is I've obtained tips from different sources that as parents you can help with your children in case a sexual predator ever comes. Because all parents need to be concerned about online predators, but kids and teens with learning and thinking differences may at increased risk. So today we're going to use these tips with children how to stay safe online. So I want parents, kids, and teens to watch this show because it is very, very important to everyone. I want aunts, uncles, parents, grandparents, sons, daughters, nephews. I want all children, parents, even grandparents and uncles and aunts to listen. Pull up a chair, grab yourself a snack, or grab something to drink, and we're going to get started. You should always talk to your kids about online predators. They often target children who are lonely and have low self-esteem. Many kids, while learning, think differences struggle with social as academic skills. That's why it's important to help your child be wary of strangers he or she meets online. Just make clear that some online predators are old men or women pretending to be kids, and some predators are young adults or even teenagers. It may help to show your child news stories about predators who met kids through social networks or gaming platforms. I would recommend you watch To Catch a Predator, an old Dateline show that you can tell your children while you're watching that, hey, these bad guys are out there. Discuss risky behavior. This is a big one. But all kids are prone to risky behavior. Children learning and thinking differences can especially at risk. They may not express their independence and may not be curious, especially when topics about sex and drugs. So they may actually seek out online friends who they can talk about these topics. Just tell your child that it's okay to be curious about these things, but explain that discussing these topics online with people they don't know who can be dangerous. Just be careful online. Just spell out what a risky relationship is. Just give examples to help your child understand what a healthy relationship looks like, which is danger of being exploited. Talk about unhealthy risks, such as using drugs, sending sexy photos. Make sure that he or she knows that being pressured to keep a relationship secret or to do something that makes her uncomfortable is a sign that she's in a risky relationship that should be ended right away. Always talk about the dangers of chat rooms. One way predators can make connection with children by having private conversations in chat rooms. Just talk to your child about why she should never chat privately with someone she doesn't know. no matter how innocent it seems. Kids with learning and thinking differences are approximately vulnerable because they may not be seeking friendship or acceptance, and that they aren't finding it online, and they may not know how to get relationships. So I think this is really important. Like the certain age, like in like I think the certain age for people going on Facebook is like 15 or 16. You need to tell your parent, have your parents monitor your website at all times. If you're on social media, parents follow your child on social media so that you can keep track of what he or she is posting. Just warn your child. Also warn your child about online flirting. Talk to your child about how flirty conversations can seem exciting but can quickly escalate to lead to feeling uncomfortable or used. Just point out common ways to flirt online. Talk about what you're wearing, not wearing, celebrities, sex lives. You're looking for kids. All parents are looking for kids to talk dirty, explicit photos or articles. Just help your child know that what behavior is acceptable online, including blocking messages from certain users or telling a trusted adult about being harassed. You won't get in trouble, and you won't be punished. Just bring up sexy selfies. Kids should also be learned to never take images of themselves and want to be seen at all of their classmates or their teachers or prospective employees. Or anyone else who wasn't the intended recipient. Make it clear to your child that if someone asks for a provocative picture, your child must stop typing, log off, and tell a trusted adult. Emphasize that this is what your child should do if asked to do anything that feels uncomfortable online. Also, be clear of the online safety rules. Just talk to your child about why it's important to never agree an in-person meeting with someone she only knows online, especially without your knowledge and permission. Explain that meeting up in person could put her in real danger. It's equally important to make sure that she knows she never should post phone numbers, addresses, school name, etc. Make clear that predators could use information to find people offline. Consider software. Yes, surveillance software. You may put security cameras. I'm talking about like software online. You can find like certain software. I'll put some software for your child. If your child starts using the computer, I'll find some. I'll find some software. Just look at some like parental software. Like it can cost like money. Screen retriever. Etc. Always tell your child that he or she can always talk to you. Just make it clear your child make it clear to your child that you want her to come with you to any questions or worries. Let her know she can tell you anything. You won't get mad, even if she broke a rule. You won't be punished, and your child, you can't just talk to the child and say, okay, no more computer. No, just talk to the child, and together, you guys can form a plan. In surveillance, you got to install software and surveillance security cameras. I think it's okay. Another thing, always watch To Catch a Predator with your children. I'll leave some episodes in the description below. You can find more of these tips and some special software to help your child protect your child from internet predators down here in the description below. Alright. Alright, when we come back here, right. Wait. I'm trying to think here. All right, when we come back, it's in the news every day. The impeachment of President Trump. I mean, we're gonna give you the latest news into this impeachment. Like, it's been like days, and it's in the news every time. So we give you the very latest up to the break. We might as well get it out of the way. It's in the news right now. President Trump and the impeachment hearings. You may have your opinion whether about whether Trump did a last shot at quid pro quo, but I think he did. And this is today. This is the latest. President Trump last shot. This is from the Washington Post, and these impeachment hearings still continue. Listen, President Trump lashed anew at the Democratic impeachment occurred Wednesday as Gordon Scotland, the most significant witness, acknowledged during an open testimony that there was a quid pro quo in the Ukraine testimony. In question, Scotland, U.S. Ambassador to the European Union, was pressed about his knowledge of allegations that Trump sought to leverage U.S. military to aid Ukraine and a White House visit by its president. In exchange for investigation of former Vice President Joe Biden and his son Hunter Biden, among others. The two additional witnesses are scheduled for Wednesday afternoon. Laura Cooper, the Special Assistant Secretary for Defense for Russia and Ukraine, and David Hale, Undersecretary of State for Political Affairs. Was there a quid pro quo? The answer, yes. Trump said his Ukraine call was perfect impeachment witnesses. Judge intends to rule by Monday on a House to former White House counsel David Gedalman. And we'll tell you, we'll bring you the very latest. We'll have the latest impeachment. We'll bring you the latest in the impeachment as this continues. We'll be continuing to this impeachment in the weeks ahead, and bring the results on the future. Give me a break. Let's get into some more driving tips. I mean, it's been a while since you were to, Here's why. I mean, you should never use high beams. Use low beams because of the water droplets. If you use high beams, that can be the cause of you getting in an accident. I don't want to play the video because of copyright infringement.
Or like you.
But if you use high beams, these tiny water droplets can like reflect and brighten you. You'll, I can't see. You'll be driving with your high beams, boom, and then all of a sudden, shine bright in your eye. I can't see. You need low beams, not high beams. If you use the high beams, you're gonna get in an accident. These accidents happen because of these. Fog and clouds is made of tiny water droplets, which behave like mirrors when the light hits them. Like a mirror, when you shine a light on these droplets, they get reflected in all directions. Something like that gets reflected back at you, lowering your visibility further. Those high beams also make it more difficult for other motorists to see, creating a large glare. So the bottom line is this: use your low beams when traveling through dense and thick fog. Don't use high beams. Use low beams. So again, don't use high beams. Slow down and crack the windows. Use road reflectors for guidance.
Every 2 minutes in the U.S., someone...
So what you need to do is just listen to me. Don't use high beams, slow down, and crack the windows, and use road reflectors. Otherwise, you could be in an accident. I mean, you need to take this seriously. You've got to understand this. If you don't just listen, you're gonna be like, when fog starts to come, that's when you need to use your low beams. That way people can see. That way other people can see can see the road. Let's not even. Don't even think about it. All right. Okay, next here. All right, next we're going to get to more of the school shooting, then later, jaywalking. Something that just gets on my nerves every time. We'll be right back. Monday, we talked to you guys about the school. Talked to you guys about the school shooting that happened here last week in California, in Los Angeles. I mean, seriously, first Columbine, then Parkland, and Sandy Hook, and now this. I mean, this is from the Washington Post. The shooting in my high school will be yesterday's news. Nothing more will come of it. I mean, this is from the Washington Post for the opinion. I mean, this was from yesterday. Gina Painter is a teacher at Saugus High School in California. We will be yesterday's news. Saugus High School has joined the list of all familiar tragedies. Columbine, Parkland, Sandy Hook, but in a week, the news cycle had moved on. Interviews were ceased, the sound bites were replaced. We will be yesterday's news. Yet for those of us who lived in this horrific day, for the children who's lost their friends, the parents have lost their children, Thursday's violence will linger over the community forever. We see images in our school as the national news. Backpacks strewn over the campus where children dropped their belongings and ran for safety. A war zone with lunch boxes and music stands where kids were practicing. Notebooks, sweatshirts. Seriously, this goes on. It's the guns. The guns are killing our children. I mean, it's people are saying like guns never. Like seriously, you may be like. Guns don't kill people. The government does. Well, I mean, how are you going to defend yourself? With a baseball bat, actually. You can defend yourself actually with a baseball bat, and you won't be able to shoot people. I mean, if a crowd makes it into your house, how are you going to defend yourself? With a baseball bat. Guns are... I mean, yes, we gotta make sure that minors don't get a hand on guns, period. Because if that happens, there's gonna be more mass shootings, more school shootings, and no laws to protect it. We need to do further background checks, and we gotta make them pay more. I mean, we gotta set the age limits to where people can buy a gun, period. And I talked about army teachers. Well, arming teachers, we talked about like how teachers should be like armed. Like, even they mocked President Trump about that. Because he said when you go to school, your risk of being hurt. That's true. But arming teachers, I mean, in the state of Texas it could, but in Colorado, I don't know. So anyway, that's my take on the shooting. I mean, let's move on to something like on our roads every day. Walking in the middle of the road. We see this all the time. Nobody using the crosswalk. No one ever uses the crosswalk, period. That's jaywalking. Seriously, you walk in the middle of the road and you don't see a car behind you, they're gonna honk and say, "Hey, get out of the road!" There's a crosswalk right in the corner. It's like teaching your kids how to cross the street. You need to teach them how to cross the street. The way you do is to tell them, don't cross in the middle of the street, because if you do, you're going to get run over by a car. You cross at the corner. That's it. Just cross at the corner. Because there are many accidents that happen, and no one's doing anything about it. We're back in a moment. And that's our report for tonight. Thanks for watching. I'll see you Friday for our Friday afternoon special, where we talk about we'll be focusing on a lot of things. Stick around for our Friday afternoon special. I'll see you Friday, and I'll see you tomorrow for a special cover for David Ball. Have a good night.